Broadcasting worldwide from way up high on the quarantine sky deck of the spectacular Apache Tears Motel in Two Stoned, Arizona. It's the 10th annual Nuggie Awards for cinematic achievement in marijuana enhancement. Join us to celebrate the best films of 2019 to zonk out to, with your hosts from the funny papers, Tiskit and Taskit, the Totheads. Which film will win the Nuggie for Best Stoner Film of 2019? Let's find out.
Weed lovers of the world, unlock your lungs and relax. The 10th annual Nuggie Awards show is finally here. We're coming out later this year as we had originally reserved the Crystal Ballroom at the Apache Tears for our usual date in late February. But then, of course, the world was struck by a global calamity of unimagined proportions that have changed our lives forever.
That's right. The Oscars moved their show to the beginning of the month. Disaster. 3 less weeks to watch the Oscar-nominated films. 3 less weeks to smoke our ways through the Nuggie nominees. And you try hosting an Oscar party the weekend after the Super Bowl. Empty barbecue corn chip shells everywhere.
And then the planet caught a dose of Captain Trips, so this year's show is from on top of a roof with a beautiful view of the trash fires burning in the distance. Let the 10th annual Nuggie Awards begin. Take it away, Taskit.
You bet, Tiskit. The first category is hashish horror. Scary movies that rattle your nerves while spellbinding your senses. The nominees are Midsummer, a delightful 21st century version of The Wicker Man, with just enough mushroom magic to add some wiggle. Climax, an impoverished slasher picture by French auteur Gaspar Noé, where the killer is the meanest tab of acid you have ever dropped. Velvet Buzzsaw, one of the trippiest takes on the Tales from the Crypt style story. Sure, Van Gogh ate paint, but wait until the paint eats you. And the winner is
Climax! From the director of the Nuggie-winning Enter the Void, Climax is a strobe light nightmare with a beat that will give you goosebumps on your brain. The next category is Historical Drama OG. The nominees are Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the Quentin Tarantino resurrection of Manson-era Los Angeles with more twists than a Coney-sized doobie. Aeronauts, a Victorian triple-decker, beautiful breathtaker, charting the first woman to break the atmosphere with a hot air balloon. Far up, man! Released in 70mm by Amazon Studios, so you can kiss the sky with Amazon Prime on this one. Charlie Says, by the great screenwriter Guinevere Turner and genius director Mary Harron. This is their Manson Girls movie, with Gilly from Game of Thrones as Leslie Van Houten and Doctor Who as Charlie Manson. You want more Manson? Here it is.
And the winner is
Charlie Says.
From the legendary team that brought you I Shot Andy Warhol and American Psycho. You are dropped deep into a creepy crawl through 1969 that creates a high new watermark for Manson pictures and the definitive Manson Girls pictures. The next category is the Jack Herrera Biopic Award, given the best film biography to get high to. The nominees are Dolomite Is My Name. Global icon Eddie Murphy puts his weight on it as Rudy Ray Moore with Craig Brewer from Hustle and Flow and Black Snake Moan in the directing chair. Judy, where Judy Garland gets tore the hell up in London during her last year live, and the viewer is sent on the yellow brick road to visuals that are slap your Judy good. Rocket Man, the Elton John biopic that explodes into sequence and lights over and over and over again.
And the winner is Dolomite Is My Name. Eddie Murphy gives a performance for the ages in what was one of the best Friday night surprises ever, thanks to Netflix. Netflix, home of disjointed Trailer Park Boys and all sorts of fine cannabis-ready entertainment. The next category is fantasy fatties, pictures where imagination comes alive with green sticky buds of magic. The nominees are The Legend of the Christmas Witch, the return of one of the greatest Italian filmmakers of the 20th century, horror wizard Michele Soavi, creating an outlandish holiday movie from Italy, the country that has contributed more to the art form of marijuana cinema than any other. You can see this movie and many other Italian masterworks on Amazon Prime, an instant cannabis Christmas classic. Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, a Twisto fairy tale sequel which turns into a full-color spectrum of winged folk and is the best representation of Hawkmen culture since 1980's Flash Gordon. Unicorn Store, a film festival gem unearthed by Netflix where the Frank Capra classic gets the Lisa Frank Rainbow Sparkle treatment. Brie Larson directs herself in a perfectly cast Samuel L. Jackson in a reflection of art versus the workplace in this whimsy wonder.
And the winner is...
Unicorn Store.
There's magic in the air with clouds of dank pillowing this new fantasy stoner classic. Let Lord High Samuel L. Jackson tell you just how hard you want to hug that unicorn.
Before we proceed with the next awards, let us pause and remember that which used to be in our lives and is here no longer.
The next category is superhero spliffs, or weed and tights, as comic book hero pictures. It's probably the most weed-friendly genre of pictures out there. The nominees are Captain Marvel, where the director of Unicorn Store becomes the Superman-level supreme being of the Marvel Universe while wearing a Nine Inch Nails t-shirt. The superhero genre gets its reality bitten in this 90s throwback with 90s icon Samuel L. Jackson and his buddy, Goose the Cat. Avengers Endgame, which blows the lid off the lid and wraps up one of the most stoned-out movie cycles of all time, as it is the highest-grossing picture of all time. Most of you have seen it, but have you seen it on weed? Spider-Man, Far From Home, where the Canadian director behind Clown and Cop Car, John Watts, delivers a coiled cobra of a tent pole that will tune up, concept up, and trip out the rider of this storm.
And the winner is... Captain Marvel! It was 25 years today. Captain Marvel taught the band to play. Play what? Lots of sweet, sweet grunge, that's what. If you were alive and present back in the day, you obviously don't remember much of it, so watch this in order to calibrate. The next category is butt-kicking bong hitters, an awards category inspired by the picture of sound and light that awakened us to the possibilities of the action movie as marijuana-friendly. That was 2008's Punisher Warzone, directed by the great Lexi Alexander. The nominees are 6 Underground, where Michael Bay once again shows his mastery of the stoner tent pole in this World Go Dayglow action eye burner, waiting for you on Netflix now. John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, where Keanu Reeves continues his revenge of Generation X in this visual feast that escapes the formulas of previous chapters for a vicious new hybrid. Godzilla, King of the Monsters, which enters into some of the blacklight monster concept that was pioneered by past Nuggie winner Pacific Rim, featuring some images that would look great painted on the side of a van from the 70s.
And the winner is... John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum. The screen erupts with the cinematographic poetry of rage that siphons through millions of middle-aged Gen Xers everywhere. So watch it and watch out.
Gosh, Taskit, I just realized that Anna Boden co-directed Captain Marvel and joins winning directors Brie Larson and Mary Harron, so that half of our Nuggie Award-winning films for 2019 are directed by women.
Yay! 50% chance the best stoner film 2019 had a woman director. Wow! It seems like this shouldn't be that odd of an occurrence.
So, which one of our winners will win the title for Best Stoner Film of 2019? Will it be Climax?
Will it be Charlie Says?
Will it be Dolomite Is My Name?
Will it be Unicorn Store?
Will it be Captain Marvel?
Will it be John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum?
And the Nuggie for Best Stoner Film of 2019 goes to Unicorn Store, directed by Brie Larson. What the world needs now is love, sweet love, and lots of glitter-covered weed. Just the kind of movie you need to remind you of the world we left behind and why you shouldn't miss it as much as you do. Also, this is the second consecutive year a woman director has won the Nuggie for Best Stoner Film. Another indication that there are more than enough great movies out there directed by women to not only be nominated for awards, but to win.
Makes me want to smoke out to Born in Flames. High five, Tiskit.
High five, Taskit. Thank you, everybody, for watching the show, our 10th time handing out these awards, though we only started broadcasting them last year.
We will be uploading recordings of the previous secret shows once the VHS tapes are finished being converted to digital by the Tucson Legion of Mary.
That means you, Reardon. You hear me, Reardon? We're still waiting. Bye-bye, planet. Hope to see most of you next 420. Stay high and stay safe.